of my favorite, probably nicest looking female ball pythons. You can just see she's like radioactive looking. That's high intensity orange dream, leopard, spot nose, het clown female. What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily, and today is going to be the weekend edition. That's right. I decided that rather than put up a video on Friday, I would just put up a really good video on Saturday, so I took a lot of footage. I was in there, I was filming boas, Papa and I were cleaning stuff, we were feeding, we took out some big Burmese pythons, because we installed some lights in their cage, and I'll show you all that next week. But so you're gonna get a little of this, a little of that, but a lot of cool stuff. And that's what we love, right? After all, at the end of the day, we love cool stuff. You know, I've been doing a lot of research on tortoise enclosures. And I'm not talking about indoor enclosures, I'm talking about outdoor enclosures, how to best set my tortoises up outside. Because as you know, my albino sulcatas are overdue to be outside. So I'm trying to figure out how to create an enclosure. I have plenty of room on my property, but I'm trying to figure out what the best way that's not gonna cost a fortune to enclose it. I know that they dig, so I know I gotta dig down, trench a little bit, maybe 6 to 8 inches, and put some, you know, either wood planks in there or some cement block. I don't know. I haven't decided. I'm open to your guys' suggestions. If anyone has any good suggestions on how to build something. I was thinking about doing it out of wood because I think wood is going to be a lot cheaper. Originally, I was thinking about using like slate and building up like a wall around the whole thing, but I think it's going to cost me a fortune because rock is expensive nowadays. Not that wood is that much cheaper, but you can use a plank of wood, a couple planks of wood. I saw Kenan had some interesting, setups, and I saw some stuff on YouTube Shorts. I've been investigating. If anyone has an idea of what the best way to do it, enclose the tortoise pen. Obviously, I'm gonna have to create like a little tortoise house for them, so at night they can go in there, and I can kind of lock them in there because we do have predators at night. We have bobcats. We have what are those things called that eat all the chickens? We have coyotes. So I don't want my tortoises to have their heads bitten off. So I will definitely put them in at night in some capacity, whether I bring them into my garage or let them go into the little tortoise house I'll build them. That's not the issue. It's how to surround the tortoise enclosure so that they don't escape and get out during the day. I want them to, have a good way to, stay in, but it doesn't have to be anything. And I don't want it to look like junk. I don't want it to look crappy because I don't want it to make my property look crappy. So if anyone has any ideas, I am completely open to suggestions. And, well, you know what? Let me stop talking. Let's go into the snake room and see what's going on. All right. Little albino water monitor training. It's my boy, or I think it's my boy. He stays by the glass a lot. He definitely wants to come out. I don't know if he wants me to take him out or not, or if he wants to come out on his own, but these guys will definitely go to the glass. Both of these albinos, more so now that they're bigger, but you can see he's like getting ready to scoot. He's getting a little nervous. He's blowing air. Yeah. This little encounter between him and I were not on his terms. So I'm gonna turn the camera off. I think it's bothering him. All right, so the mystery's been solved. I know I kind of hinted it the other day. Here we are, right on my driveway. I set up this little tub, put some of the paver blocks in there so these guys can climb out and bask as desired. And I put my turtles in here for the last 7 days. They've been outside during the day for a few hours every day. I see them basking here. Sometimes they're in the water, cooling off. But ever since I did that, these turtles have been eating again. Now, they hadn't eaten for 3 months. Prior to that, they had taken a 2-month hunger strike. I treated them with antibiotics, Baytril, to see, because I thought they had a respiratory, because that's what someone has suggested to me. They did start eating after that for a while, and then they stopped. And for 3 months, they didn't eat. I said, these guys are going to die. I don't know what the problem is. But the Timor snakeneck turtle never stopped eating. So I was like, something's just not right. And they were beaching themselves a lot, and they were sitting out, they were coming out of the water a lot, but something I knew wasn't right. Talked to my friend Shane over at Patriot Pets. He usually has good insights into animals. He said, Dave, the only thing I can think of is maybe they're not getting enough UV light. I said, well, I changed the bulb and everything like that. He's like, you know what, put them outside. We're in Florida here. So I set up this little makeshift little tub, and I said, what? I got nothing to lose. And sure enough, after 7 days, of them being outside. Just 7 days they started eating a little bit. And today I gave them a full portion size, what I normally do. I give them pellets and I give them krill, and they eat everything. So I don't know if they're all eating, but all the food is disappearing. So certainly some of them are eating. I'm gonna continue to put them outside. As long as we have this beautiful sunlight here. It takes 5 minutes to set them up. And then at night, as the sun goes down, I bring them in and I put them inside. So if you ever get stuck, if you ever have a problem with your turtles not eating, and remember some of these turtles, these two, I've had this one and this one I've had for 8 years now. So, and they usually breed every year, so it was not like it for them to stop eating. So I'm so happy that we figured it out. Thank you, Shane. I'll show you the turtle tub, and I'll show you our one turtle that we have left in there. It doesn't require coming outside, obviously. So the only turtle I left in the tub that I don't take out and put outside now is my Timor snake neck turtle. What I got from Tom Crutchfield. I love this guy. He's like my best buddy. So I take him out every day and he eats his, feed him bloodworms, because these turtles don't really bask. I've never seen him out over there basking. He essentially stays in the water all the time. And that's the reason why this guy never stopped eating when the other turtles did, because he doesn't obviously require UV light like they do. And the fact that he wasn't getting enough, I guess, was not a problem. So he never stopped eating. It never affected him whatsoever. And that's also what verified the fact to me that the other turtles they weren't sick. They didn't have a respiratory, because if they would have, he would have had it too. There's no way he would have avoided it, being in the same tub as them with the same water and everything, the same conditions. So the fact that he was still eating this whole time and never had a problem, that's kind of what tipped it off. But I got to give full credit to my friend Shane Reinhardt over at Patriot Pets. He's the one that suggested putting the turtles outside. Look at this little guy. Look at his little beardy. How come the water monitors are not this tame? These guys like to come out and play. Look at this guy. Hey, you want to meet your friend, your little blue tongue friend? Look at him. Who would win in a fight? I'd go with the blue tongue. I think those blue tongues have stronger jaws. He's like, she's like, I think you're right. Let's not test it out. Beautiful. Ooh. Red monster. What's up, steak fans? Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily, and I'm here with my big Burmese python baby girl, who is getting her cage cleaned by Pablo right now, and I am just loving on the Burms. I know I'm not supposed to be handling probably the big snakes, but she is such a little puppy dog that I'm gonna handle this little girl. Yes, I am. She's a good baby. Burms like to blow air. I don't know if it makes them feel like they're in control, but they blow air. So that's something normal. I think a lot of people get scared when they're doing that. They think they're gonna like strike, but she's not essed up. She's not stressed. In fact, she's very relaxed, although she is choking me around the neck a little too much. And she's just like, yeah, I'm happy to get out of the cage. And if you guys want me to perform for the camera, I'll perform for the camera. And, you know, it's funny, we don't really see the naturalistic looking Burmese coloration. I mean, this girl is a triple het for several different genes, pied, caramel, albino, but she's got the, you know, the normal wild type patterning. And I think we forget how beautiful the natural patterning is, because we're so involved in the morphs, and we want albinos, and we want caramel albinos, and we want granites and all these other things, and I love all those, but don't get me wrong. But sometimes it's nice to just really look and take a look and appreciate that natural, wild look that we all fell in love with, you know, back in the 1980s. We got into Burms the first time. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great one. We're going to take a look at some snakes in the snake room. Hopefully you guys have a great weekend planned. Stay tuned. All right, let's take a look at our Corallus Russia bergeri, Trinidad tree boa, looking spunky. Pablo, you fed him, right?
Yep.
What do you eat?
Fuzzies. The big one.
The big fuzzy. All right. He probably wants more because he's looking. We got to get him set up into some kind of an arboreal setup.
Oh, you know what? No, it was hoppers. I didn't bring fuzzies yesterday.
Oh, he only had hoppers. Oh, no wonder he's probably starving to death. This guy. He's looking to take my finger down. This guy. Whoa.
They're that friendly.
This is supposedly a male. I really like this guy. I'd really like to take him out, but I know that it's probably gonna bite me. So I haven't handled him yet since Paul brought him over here. My friend Paul Miller. I know Warren Booth has a lot of Rooster Bergerae. Probably breeding them already. Pretty cool. Of all the Amazon tree boas I actually got from Paul, this is my favorite. This was the red tiger one. Look at those eyes. Those red eyes. See, all these guys ate hoppers, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta give them some bigger prey. They can probably eat full-size mice, these guys. Man, I'm so psyched. I wanted to make some real arboreal, naturalistic enclosures for these guys because I love the way they look so much. I don't even care if we ever breed them, to be honest with you. I just love the way they look. Super cool. Red tiger, look at the red. That's adult colors. Beautiful with the striping. Beauty. All right, one of my favorite, probably nicest looking female ball pythons. You can just see she's like radioactive looking. That's high intensity orange dream, leopard, spot nose, het clown female. Absolutely stunning. Maybe better as an adult than she even was as a baby, and she was pretty incredible when she was a baby. And you know, we're breeding her to a high intensity pastel fire clown. So we get a 50% chance of clowns. We could produce super high intensity, super orange stream, pastel fire spot nose leopard clowns. Imagine that. Woohoo! Look at the tail. Look how orange that is. Truly, like I said, one of my most prized possessions. I got it from Ozzy back in 21. So she's, you know, she's about 2 years old. We kind of got lucky. She was always a good eater. I'm hoping she goes this year. We'll have to, you know, we'll see. We'll have to keep an eye on her. She's been eating really well. So that's a good sign. When they're eating, that means they're building follicles. They're putting in more energy into the system. They're going to be able to build those follicles to the right size until they get fertilized, and then obviously build some eggs. So this could be one of the most anticipated clown clutches we have probably this year. All right, guys, I haven't shown you these. I don't know if I've ever shown you these snakes. I've been growing them up. You remember I always tell you, produce some snakes, throw them in a rack, let them grow? Well, this is, I'm gonna show you 4 snakes now that I kind of did that with. This is a het blood, het VPIT positive, het leopard. Triple het. Blood leopard VPIT positives. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, this is a beautiful female. I mean, just slowly growing. You can see she's put on some good size. Little by little, she's a 21. She's actually 2 years old. So I think she's almost at that point now where we can start hitting her with some bigger prey items and pumping her up a little bit in size. Here's another beautiful. This one's a little bigger, this girl. She's got like a really kind of interesting pattern the way her dorsal pattern kind of is all chain linked together. That could be blood and het leopard, well, the het blood and het leopard kind of creating that. They kind of mess with saddles. There's no hypogene in here, so you know, anything that you see aberrant with the saddles is going to come from that het leopard, het blood combination, and they will change the saddles and move them around. So this is also this is another female that's het for leopard blood and VPIT positive, and then we have a third female here as well. So we have 3 sisters, and I might be talked into letting one of them go. Probably don't need 3 of them. 2 would be nice. I always like to hedge my bets. problem is I only have one male, and he's also triple het. So at some point we're gonna have to pull the trigger. They're not ready yet, probably another year or two. And like I said, I probably don't need 3 females because I can only breed 1 male to a female at a time. We talk about boas. Look at this side pattern on this girl. Very interesting. So if anyone wants to get into this project and they want a well-started 2-year-old VPIT positive, het VPIT positive, het blood, het leopard, hit me up and let me know. But this is kind of like not a secret project, because I don't really have any secrets, but it's kind of like I don't really talk about project. And at some point when they're ready to breed, I'll probably talk about it a lot more. Here's a 2-year-old carpet python we've been growing up. I haven't sold any of this litter. This was my potential het moonglow to het moonglow litter. And I think we hit on this particular little girl, I think we hit a super caramel. This is super caramel, 66% het moonglow. Let's see if we don't get bit here. Probably get bit. We'll see. Okay, look at her. That's some pretty extreme patterning on a caramel. That's definitely more than caramel. I'm pretty sure that's super caramel. That would be the first one I produced. They're really, really nice. Really nice coloration. Let's see if we can put that here with that. Yeah, she's gonna sprint. The thing about carpets is they do like to move around. So if you wanted to put them in, set them up as a display animal, they will never disappoint. Look at that arrowhead. So if she proves out to be het albino and het axanthic, we can produce moonglows from this girl, full moonglows, if we breed her the right person. So I'll probably hold back this girl, but I do have some caramels that are 66% het moonglow. So here's a caramel. This is the brother to that girl I just showed you. This is a caramel 66% het moonglow, which means it's 66% het for albino and axanthic. Really nice. This one is gonna get put up for sale pretty soon. Ooh, that's not a carpet. Oh, here's the other carpet. And here's the other one. This one's much more caramelly. I was almost thinking this might have been a super caramel, but I don't think so. This is caramel 66% het. Also, this is another female. So we got a female and a male for sale. And if you guys are interested, once again, 2 years old, you want to get into the snow and moonglow project, this is certainly the way to get in there. Feeding these guys, and just, once again, they're in the rack. If I don't sell them, I got to put them up for sale to sell them. But if I don't sell them, I'll just keep them. I love my carpets. It's like my secret quiet projects. I don't really talk about that much, but this year you saw we hit a bunch of snows, and hopefully we're going to hit next year a bunch of moonglows. That's the goal. Now we also have some stuff for sale. These are 2-year-old Scorias, possible IMGs. Not sure, but you have the hype. You see that hypogene? You see that beautiful red tail? So this is a hypo Scoria. It's got a blue eye. It's 100% het for call albino, and it could possibly be IMG. It does have some black in it, which it shouldn't really have because it's a hypo. But I'm not really convinced of the fact that it's IMG. But it is beautiful. If you want to make some beautiful call albino Scorias, this female is definitely the way to go. She is available. She's on the morph market. You can contact me and let me know. Beautiful, beautiful little snake. And I got her sister too for sale. It was also another hypo Scoria. I'll be selling her. I'm not going to keep her. I already took my holdbacks from this litter. And she's also a hypo Scoria that's 100% het for call albino. 2 years old, well started. You can see her. She eats small rats now, and she'll start putting on some really nice size for you. Probably be available to breed not the end of this year, but the following year. So if you're looking to get into the albino Scoria business project, whatever you want to call it, this is one of these girls might be exactly what you're looking for. Here is a really gorgeous snake that I was really considering holding back. He's a male. He's ready to breed. He's 2 years old. He is what I believe to be probably super hypo. He's a possible super hypo, but he's more than likely a super hypo ghost, which is hypo, anery. Is he IMG? he might be. He comes from a litter of IMG boas. And if he is super hypo, that would definitely be holding back that IMG gene. There is a lot of, you know, granular looking melanin dispersed over his body. I believe he is IMG. I thought when he was first born he was IMG. He's also 100% het sharp albino. So if you're looking to produce some sharp, I guess you could say moon glows. I forget what they're called. There's so many different names. Hypo, anery, sharp albinos, white snakes. Potentially with the IMG gene in it, this male might be a great little pickup, especially since it's ready to go. I just love him because he's got that ghost-like appearance. He's got the really... See, I think he's IMG because look at the eye. He's got this like gray, steel gray eye, and he's got a lot of melanin on his head. But a snake that, once again, I just kind of couldn't put up for sale, and I wasn't sure, and I think I'm going to let him go just because I have stuff that pretty much does the same thing as him. If anyone's interested, reach out to me. And we'll end today with this snake that's another one I call snake in a rack. This is a fire diamond, believe it or not, that's het for blood. Beautiful little girl. She's gonna, once again, she's just in the rack. We feed her, she grows, and in a couple of years, hopefully we'll be able to breed her. But you can see she's only het for blood, but look at that, those pinks she has in her. She has some really, really nice coloring for just being het blood. Obviously, she's a fire diamond, but she looks more than this. You can see the white. Let's lift up her head here if we can get her head lifted up without her biting me. See that white under there? That's the fire diamond. But she looks like more than just a fire diamond. She actually looks like almost like a T-positive fire diamond to me. And I know that's the het blood gene, the one copy of the blood gene in there that's doing that. So interesting. It'll be nice to see as she grows and progresses to see what she looks like. But, you know, long-term project. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas. The peacocks are squawking in the back, which means night must be coming because they're going up into the trees to hide from the predators. And Pablo's still here cleaning, so it was a long week because Pablo was on vacation. He was on a cruise last week, so now he's trying to play catch up. And we're doing a pretty good job. We're getting everything caught up pretty well. Everything's getting cleaned. We didn't have any litters today. We didn't have any eggs on the ground. Nothing hatched. So, although a friend of mine brought his eggs to my incubator, I might show you them on Monday before he comes and picks them up. He had bought us a pair of snakes from me, the breeder snakes, and of course they bred for him and produced better stuff than I produced from it. He produced some really nice caramel glows. I'm going to show you those because they were in shed today, so I'll show you them on Monday. It should be shedded out, and you can take a look at those. But other than that, my stuff hasn't hatched yet, and we do have some ball pythons we need to set up, but nothing new has hatched that I haven't shown you yet. I'm sure next week that'll all change because we do have a bunch of stuff that's due to hatch next week. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you see anything in the video that you like, you want to talk to me. A lot of people have reached out to me over the last few days about onyx boas because I did a lot of onyx boa stuff. And I sold a bunch of onyx over the course of the last couple of days to a lot of people. And they got pick of the litter because they contacted me and we made some deals. So we have a lot of happy customers. If anyone sees anything they do like, don't wait for me to put it up on Morph Market. A lot of times I won't, I'll forget. If you see it in the video, just contact me directly and talk to me, and we could always make some deals. All right, I also have a trade that I did. Maybe I'll talk about that next week because that's going to be sent out next week. You'll be seeing I'm going to be getting a snake in the mail. High-end trade with a really great breeder, and I'll talk about that once again next week. For now, though, sending out the prayers and the healing energy to Brian Barczyk. And on that note, guys, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, hit that like button. I'll see you back Monday morning.